is Larry Hoover's spokesperson right now. Larry Jr., there's a difference. He got two sons named Larry, and the family know. We call Larry, the oldest one is Larry Jr., and the baby one is called Little Larry. We've been calling him Little Larry among us forever, right? Well, he the prince right now that's speaking for his father, the king, right? So the chiefs on the land, they got their people out in the open making moves, and then y'all all are looking at a fallen government as if it's still functional. DC is closed. The UN is closed. Matter of fact, this is what I'm going to do so y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm going to post some pictures today that are already posted so they'll be fresh at the top of my timeline so y'all can see what the fuck I'm talking about. Buckingham Palace is closed. The Vatican is closed. We ain't just making a move for America. We want these motherfuckers off world. They gonna get off this motherfucker one way or another motherfucking other. But they can't stay here. I don't care where they go, but they can't stay here. It's not personal. And it's just family business. So right now, I'm just trying to get the righteous Moors to understand that when I be saying fuck them dirty Moors, I'm only talking about the ones that's the infiltrators, the usurpers, the ones that hide behind the six-pointed star as a Jew, right? They telling y'all all this bullshit. Fuck what Rod Hayes talking about. Fuck Rod Hayes. Rod Hayes don't know what he talking about. Motherfucker, scroll my page. I got more receipts than every one of them niggas talking put together on one of my platforms. You can go to Facebook. I got 2 Instagram. The shortest platform is the Morpheus page, and it's receipts on that motherfucker to show you what I'm talking about. These motherfuckers, they can't beat us. We can see what they doing by them trying to keep it a secret automatically exposes they dirt because they got to put in the public domain what they doing. The blueprint is called Protocols of Zion. The organizers is called the Illuminati under Albert Pike. They symbol was the skull and crossbones as pirates, but when they became the Bush family, they became the skull and crossbone fraternity in college. These the same motherfuckers, but they called the scroll and key over in Oxford University. Right? So you got the skull and bones and the scroll and key working together to undermine us by giving us the false impression that we came over here from Africa on ships. But all of my Pan-African brothers I talk to from on the other side of the water say, nigga, y'all not from over here. Y'all organic over there. Y'all from over there. Right? And then there was something that was always, I didn't know how to explain it. I knew it, but I didn't know how to tell y'all who did what, when they did it. Now we got all this shit documented. Right? And for the record, I'm not the master teacher. The master teacher is Malachi Z. York. I'm the master student. I'm not the master teacher. There's a big difference. I have not put out half the books that man put out. And I have not had half the following that man, he's the master teacher, undisputed. Right? The master orator, the master speaker is Farrakhan. Right? So, we all in this shit together, whether we want to be or not. Whether you Nation of Islam, whether you the Moorish Science Temple proper under Noble Jew Ali proper. I say proper because they were usurped. But if you don't know where the usurpation took place, then just don't say nothing and watch your righteous Moorish brothers when they start to clean house under the direction of Chief Malik Angel Bey. It's not personal. Y'all have to clean house, Moors. Y'all got infiltrators, Moors. Farrakhan already doing it to the nation in real time. They cleaning house. Right? They got all of the motherfucking OGs on the West Coast waiting on the rest of us. Right? All of the chiefs on the land are united. Dr. Delbert Blair was one of my teachers. The Meta Center, Chicago. Right? So, all of this stuff is critical for y'all to get into the game of what's really taking place. The shit is over. Message to Canaan land Moors. If you a righteous Moor, I'm not talking about you. All of this shit I'm talking about is the ones who came and come to y'all services and stand next to y'all with a fez on, plotting your own demise. He's standing next to you and he's in your Moorish service and he's plotting to take everything you ever deserved by birthright. He's an imposter, a Jacobin, a fake Jew, and he gonna tell you that I'm crazy. I don't have a problem with Moors. I have a problem with dirty Moors. I don't pick on people, but when they pick on me, I will respond if I think that they have malice. The only reason why I haven't responded maliciously to the Moorish involvement in what I'm doing is because I know the righteous Moors had a job to do. And their job entailed them to knock the motherfucking dirty Moor for his fez. So if you a righteous Moor and you got your fez and you went head to head in information and knowledge within the temple and you defeated a dirty Moor, I love you to death. I love you to death. You was able to overcome the enemy. That's what we were supposed to do. We not all Moors like they telling us. Moor is a catch term, a secondary term that groups us all together, right? And they wanted to group us all together because they said in 200 years that the chiefs of the land won't know the Moors, the dirty Moors from ourselves. I know them motherfuckers ain't us. I tell you how they move. I tell you how to identify them. Right now, I have to let the righteous Moors know, cause it's a whole lot of them. Right, like one of my homeboys is a grand sheik, and a motherfucker touch him, they gonna have to see me. Right, my brother was a grand sheik. If a motherfucker come up on my brother, he gonna have to see me. When you see one of us, you gonna see all of us. Nigga, we baby kids. We don't die. We multiply. It's family first. Fuck the rest of that shit. And right now, my extended family, the collective tribes from the land, organic to the Americas, that look like this, with hair like this, that they telling us came on ships. Nigga, this is our shit, and we are on the rise to take it back. It's a whole collection of us. And if you don't know who the fuck there is, then you need to be quiet and watch. The shit gonna unfold real soon. Now, tonight I gotta go on a show with Black Magic 363, and he got one of the elders, Dr. Phil Valentine, on there, and he got Billy Carson. I got some questions that I think that, because when you have those type of minds, the average person not gonna ask a question that's gonna be thought-provoking and shocking to the audience because they knowledge base is so vast. The regular person can't question them to get to the meat. The regular person can't ask me because I have to dumb down to answer the question because the question required me to dumb down and give you the answer. Right? So when you on there with real OGs, with real elders, be they mechanical or not, when you on there with them motherfuckers, the shit gonna come out. They gonna tell you what the real deal is. The gig is up. Now, we gonna go over the documents that are most critical at the moment. The first one is the United Nations Indigenous Rights Act. I think it was 2014. Some people say 2007, but I think it was 2014. In the United States Indigenous Rights Act of 2017, and also you need the continuity of government. That's the blueprint of where we at right now. If you want to know where we at in this transition, look at the continuity of government, because if you don't know how the government is going to pass or switch or change over, you're going to be lost. You're going to be lost. So read the FEMA document for continuity of government. FEMA short for female. This is Big Mama house. We finna put Big Mama back on her seat. I don't care who don't like it. I don't care who don't want her to be this big mama versus that big mama. I don't care. I just want the shit fixed. I didn't come here to take sides. I didn't come here to play in y'all mortal games of divide and conquer, black against white, tall against short, fat against skinny, retarded against sane. Whatever the fuck your human mortal game is, that's not why I'm here. I'm just here to fix the problem. If you want the solution is simple. Separate from the United States corporate jurisdiction. That means all their paperwork. That means that you're going to temporarily have to leave your job. And it's going to be hard before it get easy. But when it get easy, it's going to be easy with a bang. I'm talking about Mardi Gras from Maine to Arizona, from Alaska to Florida. Mardi Gras, motherfucker. Everywhere you look, we going to be having. They was fleecing the flock, misleading the people on purpose. That's the worst ones to me. The worst ones to me is the ones that do all of the science and then tell a goddamn lie to keep you oppressed, talking about your liberation. These motherfuckers study this shit so good that they can tell you exactly how to get a nationality card that's not gonna keep your ass out of prison. Ask me how I know. Because all them niggas still going to prison. They didn't stop going to prison when they got nationality cards. They still talking about they was unfairly prosecuted. I agree. But as long as you trying to get validated from an invalid system, they're going to invalidate any argument you come up with because they don't have shit to do with us. Right? So, I'm going to leave y'all with this. We have what you call great or grand tribes. These are the biggest tribes. And under these tribes, you have branches of other tribes. The reason this is because when one of us come to the ability to start our own tribe and be our own self-leader and teacher, we didn't stop that. We encouraged it, right? Like this system would have a problem if one of the states wanted to secede from the Union, minus Texas, who reserved that right. But if one of the other states wanted to declare their independence from the fictitious corporation, they had a system in place of invasion in order to bring them back under the banner of the corporation. So they was doing it by force. So anything done by force and law is called duress. And anybody that do something to you under duress is the party that's in the wrong. They cannot force you to do something against your will and then punish you for doing it. Yeah, so y'all know the MO. Y'all know how they operate. Go back and watch the beginning. Right? And y'all see who these motherfuckers is and how they do us. But they can't get past me. I'm the fucking conundrum they can't crack. I'm the oxymoron that they can't figure out. He the opposite of what? I'm educated, self-educated brother who know he ain't come on no ship. My mama used to get so mad if somebody called us African, and I didn't understand it as a child. But looking back in retrospect, it makes perfectly good sense now. Because we don't have a problem with the people of Africa. We have a problem with being misnamed or wrongfully named on purpose, misled into thinking that we somebody other than who we is. We not Moors. The name Moor is not, we haven't been being called Moor for 400 years. Go look it up. I don't have to. Go look it up. We wasn't called Moors before 1492 nowhere over here. Before they brought Bibles over here, we wasn't Moors. We was Amaru. This is where the problem came in. This is how they infiltrated us with the language. Because using Grimm's Law grammar, a translation, more, French for more, and amoureux, indigenous for us, were both translated into MOOR by the dictionary writers to confuse us, Amaru, with thinking we were some shit called Moray. Moray are blackamoor as Etruscans. They invaded Europe. They're not native nowhere on the planet. But they invaded Europe. They took over the Greek Empire from Helen. They put Alexander in power. And then they raised Rome. See, it was a process. When you take process out of the equation, you're not going to never figure it out. When you follow the conquests of the great generals, because they all doing the same thing, they trying to win the war for the Tudors, the conquistadors. Conquistadors, the conquistadors are the two doors of conquest. If you put it in the translator to tell you, Tudor conquest is conquistador. It tell you that in the translator in Spanish. That's what it means. There ain't no way around it. That's who the fuck they is. They came with Columbus. We came before Columbus. We was here so long, we was already here when we got here. We organic to this bitch. We rise up from the soil like baby kids. We don't die, we multiply. We come back in droves and droves until we overrun all of your shit. And pretty soon, you get to see the fruits of the labor. We long suffering. That means we don't gotta like it. We don't always gotta agree with it. But we gonna do what it takes for the family. It's just family business, it's not personal. Right? And the only time I take it personal is when somebody attacked the family. I'm coming in on 10. Because they didn't exhaust it 1 through 9 for they call me. Because they already know this nigga's a nut. I'm going to come kill the problem. Larry said we brain banging, we ain't gang banging. So that means hit the books. Right? And so my tutors, not two doors conquest, but my tutors. Ain't it funny how the people that tutor you in school got the same name as the tutors who gave you education? Homonyms. The tutor in school is the same motherfuckers that gave you the education. Your conquistadors, your Catholic priest, chasing gestos Christos niños. Pinche loco way, bandejo. Fuck them motherfuckers. They can kiss our ass collectively or individually. It really don't matter to me. I'd rather kick theirs while they kiss y'all's, and that would give me more satisfaction than them kissing mine. Because I don't want nobody kissing my ass because I ain't no ass kisser. But for the people that they fucked over, they need to kiss y'all ass. And they need to do it while I'm kicking them in theirs. That's just how I feel about it. I don't got to be right. But I can tell you what, I'm standing in that position of right because I'm telling the truth. Right? So sometimes you got to punch a motherfucker in the face to do what's right. Y'all got to get out of that old love and light shit. This shit was born out of darkness and chaos, motherfucking turmoil and unrest. But before we can move, we got to move as a unit. If we can't fuck around and figure out how to move as a unit, we can't figure out what we got to do to get free. It's real simple. Stop supporting the enemy and support your own. Elijah Muhammad said, go to your own and be yourself. That's what he said. Right? So the Pan-African movement, once we realized in the islands, primarily Jamaica and Haiti, and to some degree Cuba. But when we realized that they was telling us we came from Africa, somebody went over to Africa to find out if it was true, right? And he flipped a Pan-Africanist. And two people